no krese se ne nam abonten so se ono abodin papemu an wode ba no sa na tie
nsa nkomeda wase se nkomo ya ono abodi e de o kan twi na required en kan hian cheche mu twini bia beti ase na em se ade a ekoso party ni ma say very careful say you be should astoki certain tribal sentiments na ase ye campaign obi ko gina ba bia minia na otuma me ko gina ba bia ahade enisi ema obi ofi ba bia na kabonga bia beji vote bi wo ha ahade say enso so oba ba bia on free dia so yin na party for yin na ba ko yin na yin fi say ye mani say ema bibia tie mu bibia ni ho a etiti ni pemu a tribal na sanya ma ya koso party di ma che minim se o meka ya last election bibi say si mo no abuko jina baby can showdown no anything showdown anything ya ma me haje ahun Said ona na ye MPP agent e North East minim se mo kaya North East Alan agent wo ho a say ye bono e man ke papa na ni same thing haje ahun na kamene ne kasa afon so I say omba ono mse na wa wo ye krom ni no wo gina ha so support Ken Japan and also so there wo and it is ye bo mu ngina no na ono abote a je say ni bi kofu ye kofa asa showdown ni ngina bai I say party back na ke MPP die enim say party a say bi oni pa free baby Northern People's Party different party ngina ya ka ehun aboma ka from the United Party I know ya bako se medi dimu ba be do MPP no kasa papa emu no ne mfi ha na we fi ha no kenim na ye ko election na very dangerous thing obi ye so person pitch the north against the south especially against Ashanti region na they quite a stronghold war. I don't know what strategy is informing that, but we are very careful cause a party no o try say what it party nim na o koye tribalism o baby na edu baby say it will catch up with you and no na then I catch up with omo honorable ebeka wansem no it will catch up with them honorable ba wansem no no makwa yes some paid story be say honorable is preaching
a paid story
honey so I go in na anymore yes story be say honorable is preaching accounts against other minority groups, which is not true. Video where or injustice are air cost for hominism can honorable to could do na lerigu. Some same way as a party in same Tiana Yana Yambesi maybe mukra baby because a good party in Hofi.
Yeah.
Last election, Northeast, baby I Kenya 00000. A country munenya no crack. And you crack. Wale Kenya 92. Omo recording a man is 0. There's evidence no effect. Na lerugu same thing. Na lerugu na okay na kasa. A man for na obi approach no. On se me tuma o me try. On that channel we se me tuma o me try. On that channel. Some crofo no came free in me ma 0 ha. Came free constituency ho. A tire e di omo fam. E bi ko adwane. E bi okra ahemfo afre from se mo. Ye be bra mo krum ha. Na mugu kro nani mase obi anka ye ka no kre no na mo de ahefo na mo intimidate amanfo ene asem bi around ka o Facebook ka na chese me mobo
ase amanfo na wo mo de adanse abetro na bo ken se opani
si ya do be bi ko that ebi gusu watermelon si ya mo intimi nkom krom na make a show ebi gusu watermelon si ya mo intimi nkom krom na mo si yin na ye bako yin na ye party cro yen kambo and so in the north more ye so much tribal politics ebe dia ma party na ko ni ebe dia ma man na ko ni party no nya sa na tie sem na se ban panyinfo a matna party ni ehun se the party no esi brave fitite e hye ni o ma ehun be say kra ene kwa dey time say text messages to people in the north, fake text messages to people in the north. Kennedy Agyapong, So once a text message, text message ID, you can easily hack into it.
Okay.
Or yeah, ID the same or send there. If you become messages, also will be sent that. Text messages sending to people in the north. I should actually say, you as an account, we are all an account party, and we shouldn't allow minorities to rule. Said to say the effect in Japan on eba. Now can sebe can Japan can sebe yo can the team for no can you lim answer cry no can your message you say can off na can send yako. Can your message you say you send the message to get accounts you say can off na send yako. Sebe can you lim answer cry no can off na send yako. But this is the politics they are playing. Send these messages to the north. It is a team being and career. Yeah, say be papa. Say Kennedy no be any I just want to boss or 2 and on can say any maybe and all control and the team for go through and come some send be across the country. Who loses? Losing on the MPP.
Yeah.
Now come also send this and yes so if you are playing this tribal game, who loses?
Obi so be kasa se honorable Ken kasa baby ye gina no we shouldn't allow the minority to control us. Ye making sure say yen so ye bed de ho na okotu kra otumfo e ka say ma wasante sem ehia. Oh, that means say won so awase ha no wo so hu nua se wutimi hu nua ene ade I mean ka ye preach a message e ho de senke fa ho no so no wo be ka say ankoyi ana
me say sa tribal blackmail na ekoso no tribal blackmail na ekoso na msi ase na make say tribal blackmail na ekoso na me nyina age na say party na ye nyina ase enye ne kro ye nyina do party no enye yi obi ko no fa na omo preach tribalism obedras ye ha dia so ye nyina ye kro eno ne asem no enti won WhatsApp na I mean say party there obi a ne the reason inti a odom party o person support obi how be a feel say Dr. Baum ba me no support no genuinely for different reasons, which is fine. And now it be our kind and I mean I can near anya can this me obi a mobile and fuel support to special sports. It be a kind of support Dr. Baum ba me out of his own fuel, which is fine. Inti obahana onim say hano oba tribalism or high be no be kwatia no. To ba so yi na ye kro muntie me nsem America me or rich ideas into montuma me so kuni kroma onko kasa okuni kroma na ye de ye nyina ye free ha it is all maunua and there's evidence wakika sansem no be brave even during general election and that's an team and members of parliament called the whole North Korea campaign okwa ye meeting ya gem phone like a campaign meeting ye ke je phone o ye national security meeting ana say nkomo na ekwa ye mpese
e ba bonte
nya gym meeting nya gym phone no mo ke kan market here ye hwe ni ye ye party ye say na party tie since 92 the bia e ko election ga anya hwe kra no ye vote ye nya ye de it be bo ho ban the previous election it be bo ho ban from 92 the bia akosoro sa if 92 1.2 million e kosoro be do 6.7 million na just say so 2004 2008 and be 4.5 million as ye gina no cry ye gina ho approximately that is say your vote at from 6.7 to 4.6 million now cophobia your market say kianeke true fair or foul means the candidates back one am somebody na say atom na tribal how MPP na you no say that here MPP na da rocha mo ye chairman say that here kufo MPP na ni kufo ni MPP na ni MPP na da botwe mu ekura MPP mu ema MPP ni ye fe aye so nyina ni say dey person MPP for aye emulate sa no maybe ni ko share papa kufo na say otuefo say party no ane dey wo ye hwe say ebitimi asopa ekura party ni a party ni metimi asa be che power the election na ko bia ne dey fefefe so bi mpese tribalism cause tribalism no so na obi so be bia why dey be lusu kese
e be hardly
party no e be lusu so no muslim ko yo o media graphic there to say there ye be ko election aba wan because MPP for pa because say we no ko ya select ko fi hands ye ntoma no so MPP ni sa kwan no ma share that paso and the master is send fake messages to the north and they yebo mo kokko omo hwiye na party no more say no na sebe ka ken Agyapong tin ko yenim nyansa kra no ke be say we send this message we say fake message here I didn't say obi be send the message to senka or send am account for senka account for ntoma no na kwa send it to the north omunhwe
eno lawyer Kobi Agyapong eno no
Kobi Amo amese
sorry Kobi Amo me yase saudi acha me Coach Christopher Nimley enso ewa ha coach utie nkomo baabi a ekwa utie ne saa no utie honorable Ken ne oka wa ha ene ne ne na mframa mu a ya tro ene ade na se oye comparison na ye bedrehi
Mr. Enko onem bibi mame ka asem be kire me je tie fo ne ahwefo nyina ahwe bi in life your bibi your friend checks and balances.
Okay.
So your nipa na say wo baby na say obia wo ho bia pe wasema homa
samum
yes me titiye eni nya se na ye titi me fa no. You cannot be liked and loved by everybody. It's not possible. And you look at that. I'm casting you. 2023, ye two abano lawyer. Time now you start to say ye bubu abano. When abano fee north ho, eko ye say obi 100%, 100%. Some of us, what? Wow. My initial reaction was, what? Wow. This cannot be possible. Mensuno, there was never a proper grounder over to me there. A challenge sadness, you know. Oh, Ghana for, including both MPP, NDC, all the other political parties. I didn't say, hey, what to me to have a palm of 100%. Even umakra na wa warm. Say ban say ye to aba on a particular issue. You will not have all of them agreeing on the same page. Engagement. Nansaya honorable. That's some of us had me personally, but like there was no empirical evidence. There was no empirical evidence to support the idea. Say, Ampara say, Obi anya 100%. That's now Obi so anya 0. And
update.
Who here say, you have to accept it and move with it because those were the results. Recently now,
update.
Honorable. A concept in campaign. And a bededi, perfectly clear say, Ampara, Nipanwanya 0. So you ask yourself, one more yes, idea. One more orchestrate idea and say, Yapotuaba, Obianya 92, what's his son? And there was nobody there, including EC4 or more. Ye dani abani show musanse munkoshe say yen to abai free and fair. None of them at the time. Obia jitumu say Obinya 0. Obia 0. And in answer who say sadly ampa na enye nukre. Now Nyama adena ye so serious and it's sad media miraho. MPP muye internal elections obia anko kanasem obia anko neko kanasem nipa 5 enum obia anko kanasem eba ni sena obi ko kanasem obi ba ukrom na so be konasem na so kwa na madani mo ho after the same uti on about say ahimfo kra to me fra obia on supporting a particular candidate. As or Helen or Mufi says, I candidate say, who supporting no. Now a friend said, Muniani, one supporting her. A quiet new be fasu hano. Mwankasa ebeye mwa. How do you do that? Nase utie honorable. Without a doubt, one enemy say, sabi, in life, there's always the majority and the minority.
The minority, yeah.
Sadian, a statement will be calm. Umani hawa. Then just you are not facing the facts.
Samum.
Yes, sanity. But in building a political party, we are all equal. But when more sabi, you feel the minority side. Mukasa, ewo baby in some part of the country, no, turning towards a certain direction. But when you move away from that area, then your narrative again changes, no. Because politics there means I'm in politics, no. And you know, and you intro kakra, nukra kakra. Udi intro, na so udi nukra kanwa. Amamonu, so. I personally don't see anything wrong with what Honorable said. On condition that that was the input.
Yeah.
Someone nyai dia. And yes, we are the majority. No? Yes, so your majority wants no.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't see anything wrong with it. One did be at him. You see, a conditional statement. Okase, a man you be a say, Canada Japan honorable. Ni mema semino. Why they? Wejai. Then so a cruyent no. This is an internal party elections. After this, there's the bigger deal. The real battle is out there. And Timumayan kikan sama a bekanya wambo. Mumayan nudo yabu. Mayan puyahu. Yan na ya bako. Neso nia ebinu yen se. Omukroma esun kasa omukasa. Kennedy. Oko no. Okakoye ni campaign. Okanso minim. Mewa.
Okay.
Mama 0. Do you know why he did that? It was an attempt to bring out the truth. And lo and behold, Oka said, Mama 0. That was when Nkrofo PP. It is not true. Some of us voted for you. And they came with proper empirical evidence. Actually said, Ampa, we voted for you. The moment you see that, you begin to ask yourself, how was this possible? Not just only 61% only 37% because Obina 92, Obina 80 something, 60 something, that's a Mundanina 000. Not just say somebody didn't get 61%, somebody didn't get 37%. Those figures are not true. Yet they are best. With somebody like me, Mesre, to keep this party united, we all have to preach the message of unity. Now, we share honorable Agyapong, we share Obitise Agyapong, we share honorable Eduton, we share Brana Champon. Why is it that? I mean, this is what I've observed. These 4 candidates, anywhere they've gone, they've preached Yenya Bako. The camp Bako Kwadiye, Omudiye, Omubaha Esunyomuka, Omukaha Esunyomuka. But we are all expected, say, Yamiya don't not say, on the 31st of January, whoever wins will need the others to team up and go and battle in 2028. You don't want to create more fractions within this party. Because I will create more fractions within the party now. Let's just say, you are completely destroying the party. Kika no jaya. Kika no. Munjai say, intimidate. Look, me.
No, but could
you say Muslims? I not you. I've got committed Muslim friends. I am committed to, and they are committed to me. Your chemistry, your kitano, is beyond measure. I don't need to be a Muslim for a Muslim brother to like me or love me. They don't need to be Christian for me to like them or love them.
Yeah.
From the way you go school together. If you go to our schools, there is unity in our schools.
Exactly.
We don't preach tribalism in our schools. Now, the moment you begin to subpoena and suppress somebody's knowledge, this is a nipa na kasa omo nisai. Nyame boy no ma obi a adwene ni nyansa. If you think say by virtue of the fact that only pan fikro ba kunti no eso to abamawa, then you are virtually insulting.
Me your hen wo me kuro. Me manfo ne te ho. E na me manfo ne baako e keka kɔ nanim. Sɛ to the level so obetima be ye mampani. O ti ase. Na sɛ me am your hen no. Me frɛ wo mu sɛ mombra. He, munuani etimo toma no. Na omo aka no, mamo ntoma wo mu, mamo support omo. Na man support munua no. Na mo kodi ni pa foforo achi a, me ni mu ndi ni yi. Ohene me ni kwase na yesa.
E ho ni bone no. Ohene wo ko kwan se obefo mu se look, munuani e ka me ko a. Munuana mo beta ni chi na mo support no. De be say wo ohene papa, de be say wo pass, wo kan se me no, engosi no. But if you go beyond that and say, if you don't vote for him, if you don't give him 100% of our vote, that is where me personally and every well-meaning Ghanaian, rationally thinking Ghanaian will have a problem with any chief who does that. And I said, that is where there's an issue. You can't say this is the son of our land. So as soon as I honorable upon the Roma, or he know 100%. In there, Abede says 100% like yellow credit. He can say that. But if they don't want to give him 100%, you have to respect their views. Because at the end of the day, and you'll be a nation of you, 77 predecessor. Or you know, friend in a month for all kinds of only trade the animal Vidiana. Only show be the banana. Only show be the banana. Only show be the school fees banana. You don't put food on my table. You have every right to tell me what you think I should do. But the final decision of getting to do what I do rests in my bosom. And I should not be punished for that. I should not be completely discarded because of that. Or probably because of that. And then just say, hey, what am I saying? Look. Stop intimidating. Stop threatening. Stop telling people things that will make sure their life is in danger because they don't support a certain candidate. After all, the records are there. That candidate that you want everybody to support has one been given the chance. When the outcome, it was abysmal, unacceptable. The least said about the performance, the better. And if you believe in numbers, mathematics I never hated. That's why I did science. What I say, I love math. I love playing with numbers. So what the numbers are saying? You will not be attempting to suppress people who think otherwise from what they are being told to do. The numbers are there. The results are there. After giving him 100, when it came to the general elections, those places where he got 100, he ended up getting what? 0, 0, 0, 0. And you ask yourself, correlation why? What is the correlation? It doesn't add up. It does not add up. Especially where internally he got 100%. Those 100% internal vote, maybe so the general votes, it will not be a significant percentage. But it should have reflected, say, on your 1%, on your 2%, on your 3%. But if the 100% internal vote, all of a sudden, if you play with numbers, will not give you absolute zero, will give you a certain percentage. If some numbers aren't sure, nipa na 7 previous. First one who forcing the money got 200% man. Are you trying to say that person on your see and when one? And I want to.
But coach, see, and it doesn't mean say any quantity support to nipa ni bien. Because we are try say Bianca in as much as say nyama hwe no. Still no you can
try
because onu na nkofo wogide woni mu
no you cannot say that onu na nkofo wogide woni mu. It's too emphatic and a statement to make. Because it's not about the internal elections, it's about the national appeal. So be honest, the person doesn't appeal nationally. If you are a political party and you only think
winning for your country, and easy winning
nationally. If you are a political party and you only think locally and as a domestic, you don't look at the national appeal, then you are virtually leading your party into an abyss. Just the only party we comedian, forget it. You are not going to benefit from that. Because look, take it or leave it. We are not into frontline politics. At the end of the day, whoever wins will lead this country. And will all kowtow and submit to the leadership of the person. So if we give somebody the leadership of a particular political party like the NPP, and the person goes to the major election and does not appeal to the national interest, that's a Nipani Luzua. You cannot come back and tell me that I should take the person again for another election. Look, let me cancel me. If you look at the numbers in 2020 and you compare it to the numbers in 2024, one thing that is so crystal clear, and yet so clear, bright as snow, very clear to the extent, say, the NDC as a political party appreciated by 1.9%, approximately, let's say, 2% in votes. The NPP as a political party depreciated by 30.9%.
Very dangerous.
Boy, my goodness. Look at look. We're in this country when somebody won an election with 23,000 votes. 23,000 votes. Somebody became president. A president I've always admired. The late Professor Fifi Atames. I believe that man would have been one of the best presidents of Ghana. That is my personal opinion. He won the election by 23,000. But at the end of the day, if somebody can, maybe you could have afforded to lose 100,000, lose 200,000, lose 300, because the difference in 2020 was 500,000 plus.
Yes.
So you could have, if somebody only gained an extra 100,000, per the numbers, you had 400,000 votes to defend. You can afford to lose one, you can afford to lose two. But you cannot lose over 2 point something million of your core support base did not like you. And per the voting that took place, 1.7 million of those who voted rejected you. It doesn't add up. So there's a double work to be done. If you present that same candidate, that candidate will have to find a way to convince 2 point something million of his own core support base to go back and believe in him and get them to vote. And as they go to vote, he can only hope, say, the 1.7 million deficit no one, he will claw it back. And also, very risky, because then you say Ghana how you want. Normally, after 4 years, you want to give the then or the ruling government another opportunity. Let me say, look, be divine. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, this is the time for him to complete his second term.
Okay.
So far, he's done good in my view. But at the end of the day, in 2028, he will not be present. Look, and I don't think they themselves are aware that put aside your political colors. If you are NPP, put it aside. If you are NDC, put it aside. Of all all the candidates are almost per ye to abamo. Yen say in NPP there are 5. In NDC, what is so obvious so far, yenim 2 are omudi every race.
Exactly.
Nobody, I repeat, come close to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Me sinipe. Me means idea. I saw President Kufuor. That was the time I voted first. I saw Professor Mills. I saw His Excellency John Dramani Mahama first time. I've seen Nanado. I've seen, or I'm still having a look. We are still seeing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. None of them, I repeat, I can debate this with anybody anywhere. None of them said the sort of things the Honorable is saying, and none of them made it even more practically visible and simple that if I am given the nod to rule this country, this is what I will do. Every region, every landscape, every demarcation in Ghana, this man has a plan for that. That's all you're badging back. Look, Ghanaians have gone past the stage. Let me tell you today, based on party lines. That is what 2.12.